Hi, I'm Jen. Thank you so much for checking out Your Best Work Life. If you're watching this on my website, liveyourbestworklife.com, thank you so much for visiting. Please be sure to subscribe to my newsletter so you stay in the know on all my latest content and behind the scenes tips and tricks when it comes to career and professional development advice. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you, and please be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you receive a notice every time I release a new video. Today, I want to ask the question, are you complacent at work? And we're going to run through 4 questions to help you figure out if that is in fact you. Now is a great time in terms of the job market if you are thinking about looking for a new job. So if you're someone who's on the fence, you feel like, maybe I'm open to something new, but I'm not really sure what it's like out there right now. Tons of companies are hiring and unemployment is dropping in the United States. So it is a really good time to figure out if you are in fact complacent at work and you should be looking for something new. So let's run through these 4 questions to give you a little clarity. Number 1, are you staying in your job for your work friends? Now, don't get me wrong, we spend more time at work than we do just about anywhere else. So I think enjoying your coworkers and your teammates is a very important factor when it comes to your job satisfaction. So please don't get me wrong, I think that is very, very valuable. However, if the only reason you are staying in your job, which is your career, for your livelihood, which affects your life and your well-being at every moment of your life, if the only reason you are staying in that job is for your work friends, I'm sorry, but you need to look at moving on. Your work friends do not pay your bills at the end of the day. They do not come home to your family or interact with your friends necessarily, unless you're really tight and they're also your best friends. But I really think it's important to understand that while it is amazing and an incredible thing to love and enjoy your work family, that cannot be the deciding factor when it comes to your career choices. So please keep that in mind and really answer that question. Are you staying in your job solely because of your work friends? And if the answer is yes, then you might be complacent and it's probably time to look for something new. Number 2, have you stopped being challenged at work? Now, I don't know how often people ask themselves this question, but I think it's really important if you are someone who's particularly motivated and you are achievement oriented and you want to constantly be growing and progressing or have the opportunity to do that, it's really important to ask yourself if you are being challenged. If you're not being challenged, you're not likely growing. You're not likely learning anything new, which is leading to complacency. And in my opinion, as soon as you start to get complacent and you stay there for too long, you're actually moving backwards. So ask yourself if you're being challenged. And if you love your job and you feel like, no, I'm not being challenged, maybe ask yourself if there's ways that you can step up and volunteer to find those opportunities to be challenged in your current position. But if they don't exist, it's probably time to start looking for a new job. Number 3, is your income the only thing keeping you in your job? Now, I understand that income and money is a huge motivator for many of us. It is a very important factor. Obviously, we all work to earn a living, to earn money, to support ourselves and our families. So of course it is a critical factor, but money is not everything. And if the only reason you are staying in a job is for that paycheck because of the amount of that paycheck, you really need to reevaluate and look at what else is out there. And again, I understand we all have a minimum number. We all have a certain amount that we have to make to pay our bills to be able to survive. But I would encourage you to really weigh how the impact of that job is negatively affecting you versus the payoff of that paycheck. And I promise you that if you can make a certain amount of money somewhere, you can make it somewhere else. It may take you some time and effort to find those right opportunities for you, but they are out there. And I promise you, it is worth it. It is worth your mental, physical, and spiritual health to find an opportunity that better aligns to your goals, what you want out of life, what you enjoy, your passions, over aligning just to your income goals and just to the dollars and cents at the end of the day. So really get clear with yourself. Are you staying in that job only because of that paycheck? And if the answer is yes, you need to start looking at what else is out there to fulfill some of those other values and things that are, at the end of the day, more important. Number 4, are you staying in your job because it's too overwhelming to look for something new? I think there's likely a lot of people who fall into this category. A lot of us get complacent because it's easier to keep doing what we've been doing. Even if we know in the grand scheme of things, in the big picture, that's not the right decision for us, it's not what's ultimately best for us. If it's easier, then it's easier. And it's very enticing and tempting to get stuck in what's easy, even if it's actually handcuffing us and holding us back from what we truly want and what we truly desire. So I really encourage you that if you're feeling nervous to take that leap to look for something new because it's overwhelming, please go to my website, liveyourbestworklife.com. If you're not there now, get there. Look at all of my videos that I have. There is everything from figuring out where to start with the job search, how to rewrite your resume, how to approach the interview process, how to figure out if a company is right for you. Start to take action. Watch videos, read articles, do some self-reflection, do some journaling. Really figure out what is important to you at the end of the day and go pursue them. There are resources out there to help you. You don't have to navigate it alone, and any kind of change is overwhelming. It's always scary when we're trying to do something new, especially if you've been in your job for a while and you haven't looked for a new job, you haven't gone through the interview process, you haven't freshened up your resume. There are resources out there to help you do it. So please take that action to, even if it's just one small step at a time, to figure out what you can start doing, to start looking at what else is out there, to start networking and getting your resume out there, to find a job that's going to be more fulfilling to you, or to help you achieve those income goals, or to really take that next step forward into whatever strengths of yours that you want to utilize. Again, we spend more time working than we do just about anything else. Taking the time to step out of your complacency and find what's going to light you up and make you feel excited and engaged and challenged and like you're growing and progressing, I promise you that is worth it at the end of the day. So let's run through these 4 questions one more time to ask yourself to figure out if you are being complacent at work. Number 1, are you staying for your work friends? Number 2, have you stopped being challenged? Number 3, is your income the only thing keeping you in your job? And finally, number 4, is it just too overwhelming to look for something new? If you answered yes to any of these questions, and definitely if you answered yes to multiple of these questions, it's probably a sign that you're pretty complacent in your job and you really need a good shove out of your comfort zone to look for something new. So please check out the resources that I have. I promise you finding a career that's rewarding and fulfilling at the end of the day is worth it. And there are resources and tools to help you do it. So please share this video with anyone you know who might feel a little stuck or complacent in their career right now. Get this out there, and if you have any questions, comments, or feedback on what I've shared today, please drop it in the comments or feel free to reach out to me via email, shoot me a DM, whatever's easiest. But I'd love to hear from you, and if there's anything that would be helpful, if you've decided, yep, you're right, I've been complacent and I need to take a step forward in my career, if there's something specific that would be helpful, let me know. I'm happy to create more videos and put some more content out there to help you guys achieve those goals and keep progressing in your career. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you guys next time.